so good over the inside, and so I've seen, for instance, Ian Robben a lot, and they always said he has only one trick, but in that one trick he was so brilliant, no one could stop it.
Antony responds to Erik ten Hag demand for Manchester United versus Nottingham Forest. Antony's impact. The statistics hadn't been there to back it up, but there has been a feeling recently that the penny is beginning to drop for Antony at Manchester United. The winger has had an inconsistent first season at Old Trafford after his £85.5 million from Ajax, but as the campaign wears on, he is beginning to find his best form. This has quite probably been his best week for the club. He was impressive for no reward against Everton last weekend and played well against Sevilla in midweek, although that performance was more notable now for the rebuke he received from Erik ten Hag for winding Marcos Acuna up and becoming involved in a running battle with the left back. It all began with a needless spin from Antony where he lost the ball and then clashed with Acuna, and he needs to pick his moments to showboat. But in general play, he has become more involved this week. He was unlucky not to score against Sevilla, rattling the bar with a shot, but did get his first Premier League goal since October against Nottingham Forest, making the right run to be on hand to tap in the follow-up to Keylor Navas saving Anthony Martial's shot. If that goal had been a long time coming, then his fourth assist for the club had been similar. The last time Antony had created a goal was at the end of January, and that is an area he has to work on. The return isn't good enough for a winger with that price tag. He showed what he can do in creating Diogo Dalot's goal. However, he could have had an assist against Sevilla had he released Jadon Sancho a little earlier in the first minute. On this occasion, he timed his pass to perfection, releasing Dalot as he burst through the Forest defense. It was a sign of what Antony can do and capped a week in which he has begun to look like the player United thought they had signed, a winger who can add numbers to his game. Martial's Midas touch. Before fitness issues started to blight his season, United coaching staff were privately praising the intelligence of Martial's pressing. It isn't a trait you would easily detect in his game, and the Frenchman can look lackadaisical, but there's also a view that he saves his efforts for the right time. That was certainly evident in his work to help create United's first goal against Nottingham Forest. He advanced stealthily to steal the ball away from Forest defense and then made a clever run into the available space, being picked out by Bruno Fernandes. His shot was saved, but Antony was on hand to tap it in. Martial had a major hand in both of United's goals against Sevilla, and he's proving Erik ten Hag right at the moment with his claim that his presence in the team makes the unit function more effectively. What has been particularly noticeable about Martial's performances from the start this week is the fight he's shown in holding play up. He was a combative presence against Nottingham Forest and linked impressively with his teammates. He should have capped his performance with a goal as well, but headed wide with his last touch when he was about to take off for Wout Weghorst after 70 minutes. United forward Mason Greenwood may be set to emulate David Beckham and Ibrahimovic. Amid his ongoing absence at Manchester United, Mason Greenwood has been linked with a summer switch to AC Milan. It was reported over the weekend that the Serie giants admired the technical ability of the 21-year-old, who hasn't played for the Red Devils since January last year. Should he move to the San Siro, he'd then emulate the likes of David Beckham and Ibrahimovic in playing for both European giants. Manchester United are continuing to take their time when it comes to Greenwood and his future at Old Trafford. Charges were dropped against the forward back in February, meaning the 21-year-old is now able to resume his career in football. But United aren't guaranteed to bring the youngster back into the fold, and therefore, it's possible he'll be sold to raise funds for a summer spending spree. Should that happen, then Greenwood could feasibly move to Italy with AC Milan, with the Serie giants eager to bolster their attack as they look to challenge Napoli for the Scudetto next term. And he'd also emulate the likes of Beckham and Ibrahimovic by playing for both clubs. Over the years, a total of 9 players have been able to pull on the colors of the two giants. Joe Jordan was a good asset for the Red Devils during his playing days, though would later move to Milan. He would score 19 goals in 61 appearances for the Italian team before moving to Verona, while later finishing his career with the likes of Southampton and Bristol City. Ray Wilkins joined United in 1979 and would remain at the club until 1984 before moving to Milan. Massimo Tebay is known infamously by fans for some errors after moving to Old Trafford as a replacement for Peter Schmeichel. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to smash the like button and make sure to subscribe to Man United Hub to get all the latest updates.